Hey comic fans, Scott Harris King here, and today I'm super excited because guess what? Yes, that's right. The Crimebusters number 6 has arrived, so we're going to do an unboxing video now to show it to you. Now, a couple things, real quick. Before I show the unboxing, I'm not going to actually show the unboxing itself. I know that's a point of contention for some people, but the first couple times I did these unboxing videos, I recorded myself opening the box. And in this case, you can see there's several boxes. I have to open them each individually, and then inside they're all wrapped in stuff. And anyway, the first time I recorded it, it was like 20 minutes of me just struggling with packing tape. Nobody wants to see that. It's not interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to open the boxes. Then I'm going to take the stuff out of the boxes, and then I'm going to show it to you as I get it. So for those of you who missed the excitement of the box opening, I'm sorry, but it's not very exciting actually. But I'm going to pop these open and we're going to see what's inside. Okay, here we go. I've opened the boxes and I've pulled out the top fresh copy of each. It's Crimebusters number 6. Now I'm using a new printer this time around, so it's always interesting to see the print quality and also the packing quality and all of this stuff. It's a whole new experience. It's very nerve-wracking, but I'm really excited. Everything looks really good. Nice vibrant colors. Everything's in the right place. Back cover, which is an homage to the original book cover for the first Hardy Boys novel, because the Hardy Boys have a guest appear in this issue now that they're in the public domain. Looks great. So everything looks really cool. I'm very excited to get this in. It's just, this is the 5th anniversary, almost exactly to when Crimebusters number 1 was going live on Kickstarter. So it's really exciting to me. 5 years later, we got issue 6 of the Crimebusters in hand, and my artist, Mac Radwanski, is currently working on issue 7. So it's just super exciting for me to get this. The new printer is called Morris Publishing. This is a little bit of a shot in the dark for me because I couldn't actually find any other creators sort of that I knew who had used this publisher before. But my previous printer, they were sold to a different company and they raised the prices and they moved to a different location, and there was like a lot of issues that I was hearing about just because of the logistics of the move, where things were being sort of messed up because of the chaos. And anyway, I decided to shop around and try shot in the dark, try Morris, and not to get into the nitty gritty of the business side of things, but they do some things a little bit differently. They're primarily a book publisher, so there's certain things with the interface and things and some of the communication where they clearly weren't as comic book focused as the other printers that I had talked to. But I'm happy with how it came out, and that's the important thing. Their prices were very good. Okay, so here's the first in a series of the 5th anniversary covers. Obviously, a lot of you older school comic fans will recognize this as a tribute being done in the style of the classic Marvel 25th anniversary covers that came out with a cover date of November 1986. They all had the frame cover with all the Marvel characters, so I did that with the characters from my comics. It's got Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam here. It's got the Crimebusters characters along the bottom, and then up here the characters from my fantasy series Quest. All the comics that I'm putting out this year and probably into the beginning of next year are going to have these 5th anniversary variant covers. They're limited to 100 each, and so I'm doing one for all of them. I'm hoping that people will dig them. With a lot of stuff, with almost everything, to be honest, I'm doing stuff that is stuff that I want for my own collection. So if nobody else likes it, it's fine. I've got one for myself. But hopefully people will like them, and I'm hoping that people will collect all of the anniversary covers at the end of the year, or once I've put all of the other ones out I really want to do Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam uh, anniversary covers, and I don't have issue 3 ready for that yet. So what I'm going to do is once everything else is out with the anniversary covers, I'm going to do a small Kickstarter where I'm going to reprint issues 1 and 2 Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam with new 5th anniversary covers, and that will also serve as an opportunity for people to get the entire set of all the anniversary covers, which at that point hopefully will be there'll be, I think, 8 or 9. I'm not sure. I've actually forgotten. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there's going to be anniversary covers at least for Crimebusters 6, 7, and hopefully 8. Depending on when 8 comes out, there's also going to be Quest 3, 4, and 5. Cthulhu versus Uncle Sam 1 and 2, and then there's the Granny Gumshoe 100-page giant I've been talking about for a while. I've got an anniversary cover for that, so hopefully there'll be 9 of these by the time we're done. But this is the first one, and it looks really cool. Like it's very different to see them in hand as opposed to just drawing on your computer screen, right? To actually have the physical thing. I mean, I know a lot of you are collectors. Not just readers, but collectors. So you understand that it's different holding the comic in your hand as opposed to digitally, at least for old people like me. But I think a lot of you will get that. So here's speaking of people like me, collectors. Hopefully a lot of you will dig this because it is the Kickstarter exclusive variant. This continues the numbering from the original series Boy Comics where the character Crimebuster first appeared. So this is issue 125. When I started doing these, I originally wanted to keep the original numbering, but I thought it would be confusing for people. That's why I've started with issue 1, but I wanted to have some in my collection that had the original numbering. So I decided to do these Kickstarter exclusive covers that have the Crimebusters logo, but continue the original numbering. And this one here is it's an homage to the classic Nick Cardy cover for Teen Titans 14. And it's one of my favorite covers. I've got a copy of here somewhere that I bought a while ago. But also thematically, once you read the story, it'll make sense. It actually just fit the story perfectly. I try and do that when I can. If I'm going to do an homage cover, I always, pick ones that make sense for the story, and I'm really excited with how this came out. It looks really cool, so very excited for that. Again, those are limited numbers print runs. Forget what I said was going to be the print run on that. 50, I think, is where I was capping that. I didn't actually end up printing that many, but and then of course we have the Trixie's Mysteries. Every issue we have one variant cover that features Trixie, one of our 2 main characters, and they're done in the style of the Nancy Drew homage covers. I always have an independent female comic creator or non-binary do these covers to try and sort of showcase some of the guest art and some of the art of these great creators that you may not know. This is by Lisa Wynn. This is issue 6, and Lisa actually did a bunch of stuff for me this year. So my next comic coming out is my romance comic, Geek Love #1. That Kickstarter will be out sometime at the end of May, assuming I get almost the rest of my ducks in a row. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But she did a 11-page story for me in Geek Love #1. She also drew Quest #4, which will be out later this summer. So I've got a bunch of stuff from Lisa. This is the first thing that she did here that's coming out, is this cool cover, which is great. And so it's really exciting. Now, and the last cover, of course, is the Boy Comics cover. As I mentioned, that was the original series from the Golden Age. This is a variant like the Trixie's cover. Every issue I do a Boy Comics cover, but instead of having Trixie as the main focus like the Trixie's covers, this always has Chuck Crimebuster as the main focus. And I'll show that to you in a second. As I'm filming this, I don't actually have it. One thing that was a little odd with a new publisher is I ordered 5 covers, and there was no way to combine the order when I put it in. So I had asked for them to mail them all together, but they didn't. They sent them all separately, and the first 4 covers all came together. And the fifth one, even though it was sent at the same time, just went a completely different route across America and it's not here yet. But as I'm recording this, it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm going to stop the video, and then for you, there'll be just a pause of a couple seconds, and then I'll pop back up, hopefully, with the Boy Comics cover so I can show you that. So here it is. Okay, boom, I'm back. Next day. And here it is. As promised, it arrived. Thankfully, it arrived, and thankfully it arrived safely. So we've got the Boy Comics variant with the cover from Jay Piscopo, who did Cthulhu versus Uncle Santa 1 and 2 for me. So that's here in hand. It's really exciting. Let me show you all of them now that they're here. And here they all are. The stacks of comics, fresh from the printer, all lined up, ready to be bagged and boarded and sent out to everybody. So that's obviously going to be the next step. Now that they're in hand, we're ready to go. And now there's a few people who have extra stuff that they've ordered. And what I mean by that is people that have like sketch cards, sketch covers, that sort of thing. Those are going to take longer to do. But everyone else, I've got everything in hand. I've got the trade right here. I've got a big stack of the trade. So people that are order the ketchup bundle to get the trade and issue 6, I've got everything ready. All the other back issues, whatever. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to start packing them up. Now, logistically, at my end, for reasons I won't bother getting into, it's easier for me to mail everything out at once. So I'm going to try and get everything packed as fast as I can, because those last few people that have the hand-drawn stuff, those are going to take longer. It's possible, if I can figure out how to do it, is that I might be able to enter like the weights for those people's packages even before I actually have it ready, and that will allow me to print out all the labels. But we'll see how it shakes out. I don't want anyone to have to wait too long. So great news is we're totally on track to have everything sent out on time as promised. So I'm going to be packing everything up and sending everything out in the next couple weeks or so. So I'm really excited for that. For those of you who backed Quest number 3, my other fantasy comic, I'm working on that as well. I'm mostly done with the artwork, and so I'm going to be doing that at the same time. So my hope is that around the same time that I mailed this out, all the physical copies of Crimebusters, I'm hoping within a week or so after that to then send out the digital copies of Quest number 3 to everybody and send Quest number 3 to the printer, and have that sort of off to the next stage. And then when that's ready, once that's at the printer, then it will be time to launch the Kickstarter for my new romance comic, Geek Love #1. And there'll be a link down below and at the end of the video for that. So there's a lot going on, but in terms of Crimebusters #6, the big news is they're here. They're all here. They look great. And that means I'm going to be sending out the rewards real soon. And for those who missed it, I'll also be adding to my online shop soon, and possibly even here on YouTube. There's a thing down below where you can buy some of the issues, so I might add it there if I have time. So that's it. I'm really excited to get these in hand. It's always really exciting. 5 years into this, you still get that big jolt of excitement to hold the real comic in your hand. It exists now, right? So really excited. I can't wait to share it with you.